Hey everyone, in this session we are going to learn about the nested for. The concept of nested for is similar to the concept of nested if, where we had a if statement inside another if statement. Over here we will have a for loop inside another for loop. The way it works is, let us take an outer for loop, say loop variable I is equal to 1, that's the initial value, and I is less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. So this loop will go from 1 to 10 times. And then in the inner loop, let us take for int j is equal to 1, j less than or equal to 5, and j plus plus. So j, the inner loop will iterate 5 times and the outer loop will iterate 10 times. The way it works is, for one iteration of outer loop, all the iterations of inner loop will happen. So if you have some code over here, ideally that code will iterate for 10 into 5, 50 times. So let us try to see the values of I and j both inside the loop over here. And let me just write a line over here saying that are done. So let's just run and take a look at output. So over here, when the value of I was 1, the j was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over here all the iterations of j are done. And then we went over to the second iteration of outer for loop. So when the outer for loop was in its second iteration, all the iterations of inner for loop are also done. And when all the iterations are exhausted, we went over to the third iteration of the outer loop. Likewise, if you see, this whole code inside the loop got executed for 50 times. This is the concept of nested for, where we have a for loop inside another for loop. Very useful, very important concept. We'll see it part of my examples in the future.